This is Paul Catalina's Top 5 at 5:55. Presented by Slapsticks Comedy Club. For ticket information, go to slapstickscomedy.com.
3 great shows this weekend. Actually, 4 great shows. 3 stand-up shows and an improv show I did this past weekend at Slapsticks. Is a blast. Please get your tickets now, slapstickscomedy.com. I'll be there on Saturday night doing stand-up at 9:15 show. All right, so top 5 Bobby Bowden moments. And this is really hard to do because he had a lot. He had a very illustrious career. But let's go to number 5. And this is a question he answered on his call-in show from 1988 until he was no longer the head coach, is when are you going to run this play again? And number 5, the PUNTROOSKIE that he ran against Clemson. It was a very, very, very special trick play that was only going to work once. And it worked famously with Leroy Butler, a longtime NFL player, great Green Bay Packer.
He's now a member of the Texas Sports Hall of Fame, Leroy Butler?
No, I don't think he is.
Okay,
I don't think he's from Texas.
I'm somebody else.
But yeah, Leroy Butler took this fake punt all the way to the house. It was kind of a combination between a fumble rooski and a fake punt. Fantastic play, and it was kind of what helped Bobby's legend grow as kind of a trick play. I don't know if he was a trick play aficionado, but he sure wasn't afraid to run them. All right, number 4. The 1998 win over Florida with Marcus Outzen at quarterback. Chris Winkie, who would go on to win the Heisman Trophy.
One of the great stories ever.
Broken his neck broken his neck in some regard, but he was out. He was not playing in the game. They had to go in with Marcus Outzen. Before the game, there was a gigantic fracas at the 50-yard line between the two teams. Doug Johnson, the Florida quarterback, tried to peg Bobby Bowden with the ball. 2 players were ejected. One of them was a backup offensive lineman for Florida State, and for Florida was Marquand Manuel, who's now a defensive coordinator in the NFL. But he was ejected. He was the starting safety, and Marcus Outzen gutted it out, and Florida State manhandled these guys and won the game. And Mario Edwards talked about it on the show earlier about this particular game overall. And here's another Florida moment. Number 3, the choke at the DOAK in 1994. Florida State was trailing Florida 31-3 as they headed into the fourth quarter, would wind up tying that game 31-31, and widely regarded in the circles as kind of a win for Florida State and a loss for Florida, even though it went down as a tie, because back in 1994, you didn't roll into a quarter down 28 and win. It just didn't happen. Offenses didn't run as fast as they did, and but Florida State had that tremendous comeback and tied the game. Both teams finished, or at that point, 9-1, and 9-1-1 after that game. Number 2, the 1993 National Championship. This is the one that broke through. This is the one that constantly breaks Smokey's heart because it was a very controversial game, a lot of calls. Most of them went Florida State's way. I mean, if there were 10 calls in this game that could have gone either way, 8 of them went to Florida State in this game.
4 of them. Late hit on the sideline. Mm-hmm. Not that they may not have still kicked the field goal. The William Floyd touchdown. The 4th and 1.
William Floyd also, yeah.
And those are 3 for sure.
Yeah. So those calls went that way, but this was
okay.
This was the culmination, though, if he finally was able to do it. And he had great teams for a long time, for about a decade until this happened. He finally broke through. And then after this, played in a couple more national championship games before number 1, the 1999 national championship game. There's Bobby and Peter Warwick right there. A game which was pretty much controlled by Florida State, except for the third quarter where Michael Vick became Michael Vick for a good long while, and they took a 1-point lead for a short while. But Bobby Bowden gets his 2nd national championship, and the 1999 team was his, I don't know if they were his best team player for player, top to bottom. I mean, you could probably make an argument that 93 and 94 had better maybe players top to bottom, but this was the most dominant and successful team from top to bottom and won that national championship. So rest in peace, Bobby Bowden. Thank you so much for the memories. I will always appreciate it.
All right, Craig, anything to wrap up?
Yeah, did you mention the overall medal count?
I don't